Hello and welcome to the Marketing One podcast. I'm your host, Anusha, Kannan, and it is great to have you here. Are you looking to move into marketing or want to learn marketing from scratch? We discuss all things marketing, analytics, business, personal branding, AI, and much more in a way any layman can understand. If you're new here, make sure to follow along and get on that email list by visiting anushakannan.com/email list to receive newsletters from me twice weekly. Follow at Anusha Ramesh Kannan on TikTok. Tag us on your stories. Would love to see that. And now let's dive in. Welcome back to this week's episode. Today we're going to talk about marketing analytics trends that you need to be aware of for 2025. We talked about general marketing trends in one of the last episodes, but today I'm going to talk about trends that are going to set the tone for 2025 in marketing analytics. As you know, I'm an analyst. I also love marketing, so gotta blend these two worlds and talk about that. So marketing is changing. The marketing industry is changing. Add analytics to it, which is backed by, again, we have machine learning and AI there. So it's going to keep changing no matter what we think, how much ever we think we're catching up to it, it's going to keep changing. What we worked on a few years ago might not be as effective today. And what's new now will become the new norm. So let's dive into the trends that will dominate marketing analytics in the near future, possibly even dominating right now. It's just going to get a lot more bigger in the coming days. But before we dive into the episode, I just have a quick question. It's going to take 30 seconds of your time. I recently shifted the podcast to audio only based on what seemed to be the majority preference just by looking at the data. But here's the thing. I've been getting some mixed responses and I would love to hear it directly from you. So if you prefer video content or if you're all about the audio, could you please head over to Spotify and vote right now? I have a poll that you can choose which one you like. You don't even have to pause this episode. Your input will really help me shape the future of this podcast. Thanks so much for being a part of this journey. And now I will not take much of your time and jump right into the episode. All right, so first up, we have our latest buzzword, loving it, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Again, they're no longer buzzwords. They are transforming. They have been transforming and they're going to continue transforming the way we analyze data and make decisions. In 2025, AI will be more deeply integrated into marketing analytics. It'll probably automate everything from data collection to insights generation. This means less time crunching numbers and more time focusing on strategy. One exciting development we're seeing is the rise of AI-driven customer segmentation. It's already being done, like I said, but it's the fact that instead of segmenting your audience based on traditional demographic data, AI can now analyze behavior patterns, purchase history, even social media activity like our For You page does, like how Netflix does. It's just being utilized in more areas, which will help them create personalized segments for us, which means more targeted campaigns and ultimately better return on investment. The second thing is multi-touch attribution in predictive analytics. If you've been a long-time listener, you might remember that we've already covered this topic in a previous episode, which means we're ahead of our time, but the landscape is, again, evolving rapidly. So multi-touch attribution models are becoming more sophisticated, which means they're giving us a clearer picture of the customer journey. And when combined with predictive analytics, we're able to kind of anticipate future behavior, which means our campaigns are more proactive than reactive. That should be the entire goal of any business, right? Where we can't wait for the other shoe to drop. We've got to be prepared in advance. That's what makes you a good marketer. And another trend, I guess you can call it, that's gaining momentum is data privacy and compliance. Again, we've talked about GDPR and CCP on the podcast. With regulations like that, data privacy is top of mind for marketers. By 2025, we can expect even stricter laws and more consumer awareness around data protection. This means we'll need to be transparent about data collection and use more privacy compliant analytics tools, which will kind of make sure trust will be key in maintaining customer relationships. And the next one is real-time analytics. Speed has always been such an important factor in marketing, right? In 2025, it's all about getting insights in real time. I love that. And imagine launching a campaign and getting instant feedback on its performance. I love this because it gives you space for on-the-fly adjustments. Have you ever posted something and been like, I really wish I didn't do that? I think about Facebook. That would have been so nice if you'd just known that your Facebook memories are going to look cringe in a couple of years. This is what it does. It allows for on-the-fly adjustments. It helps you optimize everything from ad spend to content strategy. Real-time analytics tools are becoming more accessible and making it easier for marketers to stay agile. That's really interesting, but hold on a second. I've got something just as exciting to share with you. Elevator Gazette is your go-to newsletter for elevating both your personal and professional life. Every Sunday, get tips on achieving balance and personal growth. Every Thursday, receive career advice, marketing strategies, and professional development insights, and much more. Plus, stay updated with the latest from my podcasts and much more. Join my newsletter today at anushakannan.com/email list and start elevating your journey. Let's get back into the show. And finally, let's talk about one of my favorites, automation. The future of marketing analytics is highly automated, which means, again, like I said at the beginning, allowing us to focus more on strategy and creativity. Automation tools can handle everything from data integration to reporting, which means freeing up time for us to innovate. But one thing I want everybody to remember is like analytics is not just about taking the data, manipulating it, cleaning it, validating it, and then making a report and then being like, yeah, done with my job. That's not how it works. There's more to that. There's more insights that you can take from that, more than AI can do. You can draw conclusions. You might be able to see patterns that AI might miss. The one thing I've noticed after using a lot of AI tools is it only gives you what you ask for. It can't look for something else because you didn't ask to look for something else. That is something I've been noticing, but maybe I'm wrong. One of the things that for me, when I look at data is I have a certain way of looking at it. You might have a certain way of looking at it. You might understand the business a lot better than I do, or I might understand the business a lot better than you do. So how we interpret the data is equally important. To me, I believe strategic thinking and creativity comes into play at that very moment. So if you're eager to learn how to master these tools and integrate them into your workflow, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter, Elevator Gazette. On Elevator Thursdays, I share tips, tools, strategies to keep you ahead of the curve. You can sign up by visiting anushakannan.com/email list. So there you have it, the key trends in marketing analytics that will shape 2025. I'm excited to see what else is coming up because I am, just on the journey as much as you are. And from AI-driven insights to real-time data and the future for marketers, it just looks really great. And if you can, adapt to the changes, it's going to be amazing for you. I would love to hear some of the thoughts that you might have if you're a marketing analytics person, or if you love analytics, if you love marketing, if you're just a business owner. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Oh, by the way, I'm doing AI content on TikTok, so if you want to learn about AI, follow me on TikTok at Anusha Ramesh Kannan. That's all for today. Hope you find it useful. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or email me at anusha@anushakannan.com. Follow me on LinkedIn to never miss my journey, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.